Welcome to the Hope Champions podcast with Project Harmony. I'm Tessa.
I'm John.
And I'm Scott.
Join us as we explore the science of hope and its profound impact on healing right here on the Hope Champions podcast.
Well, welcome back to season 5.
Can you stand it? It's been 5 seasons of a podcast
5
already?
seasons. I'm glad you told me because I did not think it had been that many. It seems like it's just it goes by quick. It goes by quick. But welcome back to the Hope Champions podcast. My name is Jonathan Davis. I'm a trainer here at Project Harmony, and I'm here with my fellow cohorts.
Scott Butler. I'm the Chief Program Officer here at Project Harmony, and worked with the training team a lot in the development of our podcast over the years.
Yes, you did.
And where we've headed. Listeners will remember that Haley was one of our hosts last season, and Haley has moved on to other adventures in her life. And I am really pleased to welcome Tessa Young to the hosting chair.
I have to say, Haley, big shoes to fill for me. She was terrific, and she did everything. Jack of all, for sure.
Yeah. Well, you are feeling them just fine.
Oh, well, thank you.
Excited to have you.
Yes.
I'm excited to be here.
So when we think over 5 years, listeners will remember that this podcast started as the Trauma Matters podcast 5 years ago with our host, Lizzie.
Lizzie Hudson.
And Lizzie interviewed people in the community to help us better understand trauma and the impact on people and their lives. As our work around hope science expanded at Project Harmony, it only made sense that the podcast would morph a little bit too. So we became the Hope Champions podcast because we know that hope is the way we mitigate long-term impacts of trauma. The science is very clear that when we teach people to live in more hopeful ways, the impact of trauma is mitigated.
Yeah. Yeah. I look forward to hearing more of the stories of how we can see it in the applications. Because like you said, starting off in the earlier seasons, it was a lot of definitions, getting the groundwork laid for what hope is and how we are instituting it. But then now we get to hear a lot of the stories specifically from the individuals and how it's impacting the youth and family that they're working with. It's really cool.
Yeah, and that's precisely, I think, what our theme for this year needs to be. You know, last year we looked at how is hope a science? And we talked to people like researchers at Boys Town who could outline the science behind it and the implications for practice. But I'm with you. Now that we have the background, let's think about what this could look like.
Yeah.
So over the course of season 5, listeners, you're going to get the chance to meet people who are doing some great work. So I would like to interview my friend Tanisha Lewis. And Tanisha is local, was raised in Bellevue. Those of you who attend our Speaking of Children conference may remember Tanisha was our closing plenary speaker a couple years back and told
amazing job.
A powerful story. And she's currently working in Washington, D.C. with policymakers and looking at how can the science of hope translate into good policy that translates into really good work in communities. And I know she's a passionate advocate for hope and will have a lot to share.
Yeah. I look forward to speaking with one of our own here at Project Harmony and Taylor Newton, and to see his journey from where he was a case manager like myself before coming here to the path that he's taken to become the director over missing youth and anti-trafficking services here. So being able to see all those stories with the youth that he has been working with, I bet that's going to just be just phenomenal hearing that. So
Yeah, that's a really that's a good group to get to know.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty hot right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are the talk of the town.
Well, I was excited that I got to pick Tracy Logan, who was a Kids First Award winner. She's the principal at Howling Heights. And I have kids too, so I'm kind of excited to see how she's putting. I come from a background where I didn't know that there was such a thing as hope science. So I get to Project Harmony and start talking to you and Scott, and I realize that this whole place is just soaking in hope, and I love it. And so I'm excited to see how she puts this into her work and influences these kids in such positive ways to go on beyond 6th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it look like in the day-to-day operation of an elementary school?
Yes.
Right?
I can only imagine.
And if we can teach kindergartners to be hopeful, then we ought to be able to teach adults how to be hopeful too, right?
Yes.
I'll also take some time and introduce everybody to my friend Shelley Poole. Shelley has been active in the greater Omaha community in many ways for many years. She'll accuse me of saying that she's old when I say for many years. But currently, she is a mental health co-responder with the Omaha Police Department.
Oh.
So I'm fond of asking people the question, what does hopeful blank look like? Right? Taylor can tell us, what does hopeful social work look like? Tracy can tell us, what does hopeful elementary education look like? Shelley can tell us, what does hope look like in the police, in community policing, in her work as a mental health co-responder.
And I'm interested to just see, just in general, I think there's a lot of people going through trying times right now, and that is something that can definitely help individuals get through, or at least be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, per se, when it comes down to any situation that you're dealing with. So, yeah, we really hope that these stories are inspirational and can give hope to yourself on how to be able to navigate your own trials and tribulations that you're going through as well.
So as we introduce you to these new folks, you're going to hear kind of some themes in the questions that we ask them. Last season, we did a lot of hope, defining hope, right? Hope is that belief that I have a bright future ahead of me, that I have goals and pathways that will take me there, and that I can overcome the obstacles and frustrations that get in my way. But what that looks like in practice varies.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask each of these people to kind of tell us how they got involved in this work, what brought them to it, to that work, and then also, how are you doing it?
Yeah.
How are you taking the science of hope and implementing it in the work you do each and every day? I think a lot of people, I know when we do trainings here at Project Harmony on the topic of hope, people will say, well, I get the theory, but what do I do? Right? It's that, how do I do this work that comes up all the time.
Yeah. There's a lot of people with a lot of unique positions. So that's the good thing about hope. It's malleable. You can twist it and make it work for you to still be able to provide that for whoever you're working with. So to see the different ways, I feel like most of the time whenever we ask somebody and they give us their example, it's kind of like, oh, I had no idea. I didn't even think that would be something that you can do with it. So we have it, just especially in our community, as many times as we've delivered this and the stories that we have heard from those that have gone through our trainings of hope, seeing those different ways that they're implementing it has just been astounding to, with how they're able to make that work. So I look forward to hearing a lot of those too.
I'm also curious as to how they keep their own hope alive.
Yes.
Right? These are people who are doing really hard work.
Yes.
And they're showing up every day. So they have to be hopeful if they keep going back and doing really difficult work every day. So I look forward to asking them the question, what gives you hope?
Yeah.
What keeps it going? And I think another interesting thing about what's coming up with this season is how very different the individuals are, their careers, their histories, their futures in their fields. It's going to be fun to listen to these.
Shall we kind of break and say this is our intro to season 5. We're really excited.
I think so.
And in the weeks ahead, we'll be sharing interviews with each of these people, and we'll group back with you at the end.
Yeah, I look
find out
forward
what you
to it.
learned.
Yeah, I look forward to it, and I can't wait to hear all your interviews as well. And I'm sure the listeners are looking forward to it as well.
I'm excited to learn.
Yeah, like I said, this was just hey, we're back type of thing. So now that we're here and you got to meet us, we look forward to hearing from you and just being able to bring you the information that we're looking forward to get from ourselves as well. So go be Hope Champions and tune in as soon as you can.
Just a reminder, hope looks good on you.
I like that.
Thanks for listening to the Hope Champions podcast with Project Harmony. For more information about the podcast or how to become a Hope Champion in your community, visit our website at projectharmony.com/Hope Champions. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you like to listen to podcasts. Keep up with us and the rest of Project Harmony on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Project Harmony, and on X at Project Harmony 2. Join us for the next episode.